Hey there guys, it's been a while, hasn't it? Today we're going to be doing a 0 to hero, just like the old days. We're going to be going in and doing a full run on ruins, probably relatively unedited. It will probably be pretty low PvP as well, but we're going to try and loot up as much as we can. And then we aim to go into Highroller, probably into the lower bracket of Highroller. We're going to be playing Druid. The setup we're going to be running is we're actually going to be dropping natural healing. I think natural healing is pretty decent, but I only take it when I'm being lazy, basically, when I'm questing. So Sun and Moon, we're going to be taking Enhanced Wildness, Shapeshift Mastery, of course, Thorn Coat. Spells, we're going to be going with Nature's Touch, Restore, Summon Treant, Dreamfire. We are taking Mending Grove, but it's unlikely we're going to get enough knowledge to actually be able to use it. And, of course, we're going in just in our base kit, our Squire kit. This is what we got, pretty standard. There aren't really too many options for Druid. Anyway, I'll see you guys in game. Okay, hey there, guys. So, probably going to be a bit rusty on my Druid because I've been playing other classes a fair bit recently. Blue Stiletto. Yeah. I was going to say, if that had some decent rolls on it, it might be worth a little bit, but no. Right, so. I just want to talk a little bit about the, recent-ish drama regarding the patches and stuff. To be honest, a lot of my thoughts are pretty much just going to echo the general community's thoughts on it anyway. Patch 68 was such a good patch for the game that I... Okay, alright, well... How many hits, man? How are you alive? Jesus, okay. Well, I wasn't really expecting to immediately get into PvP, but there you go. Hope he's happy with his life decisions. What's the point? We're in base kit. I guess he wants my 2 health potions and 2 bandages. Okay, anyway, what was I saying? Patch 68 was such a good patch for the game that I was having a really good time in playing the game again, and I've been playing this game a bunch since that update. And then, it was one of the best, I think it was, at the time, the best Dark and Darker has ever been. The loot felt good, the class balance was okay, I didn't really have many complaints or anything. And then, of course, Hotfix 69 drops, and it's a massive shake-up with basically every change I disagree with. I think flattening the gear curve is fine, and I think that's probably good for the game, but nowhere near as much as they did, right? There still needs to be a bit of a difference between gears. And it can be less than it is now, sure, but it just... There needs to be... A unique needs to have higher damage than, a poor one. I can't believe that they tried changing it to the point where it wasn't like that. Alright, anyway, let's check. Maybe this guy has meds for us? Okay, he does. Nice. Well, appreciate that. Thank you for that, guy. Let's pop a few meds. He had another campfire for us as well, actually. Let's go ahead and take that. So that's going to be a pretty good start. That's probably all the meds we need for our solo run, really. For our base kit run, even, I should say. And the game right now, I think, is in a pretty good state. I wish they would give us the health back. I can't believe they reduced the health on the classes. I think that was one of the... That was maybe one of the worst changes from that patch, to be completely honest. And in that same patch, they mega buffed Barbarian for absolutely no reason. I have no idea what they were thinking. Literally not a clue. One of the worst patches there has ever been. I don't okay, whatever. I'm gonna try and stop complaining about that anyway, because it's kind of done at this point, right? I'm pretty late to the party, but... 3 magic healing, 5 max health. I actually might suffer a decent amount. I'm sure some warlocks would like that. Of course, we have some magical healing as well, but I don't really think it helps us too much, especially in solos. Hopefully we can get some wolf pelts from these. Wolf pelts would be pretty huge money for us. being a bit lazy here and just taking unnecessary damage, but that's what happens when you play with spiritual healing on Druid, or if you play lots of Torture Mastery Warlock. You just get so lazy when fighting PvE, you just don't even bother and lose so much health for no reason. Make sure you don't get flashbanged. Okay, so I think Druid, I don't know. I don't think Druid is very good in base kit, to be honest. Especially, well, obviously they did the patch to try and make it a bit better in base kit and a bit worse at high levels, but they barely increased the damage on the floor, the gear floor. But they massively reduced the damage at the top end, right? Specifically for bear form. And to be fair, yeah, bear form probably could have done with a nerf, but I think maybe they overdid it a little bit, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. It's just that, like, how many druids do you see in solos now? I see almost none. Basically zero. I don't really play much duos or trios, but when I do, I also don't see any druids in there either. So it feels like this class kind of doesn't exist. Of course, this class does have some, like, weird things to it. For example, I feel like rat form should probably just be straight up removed, to be honest. It's kind of stupid, in my opinion. And also, maybe they should try and change the panther jump with the chicken. Just to make Druid less game-breaking of a class, right? Because it does kind of just go against a bunch of the rules of this game, like the 330 movement speed cap. Doors actually mattering. Like, of course, there's Crush on Barbarian and stuff, but then all of a sudden there's Rat Form and you can just jump through the window on them, right? And that's kind of crazy. Very, very game-breaking class, which I don't think is necessarily bad, but it needs to break the game in, like, maybe a limited amount of ways, rather than having many different ways to break the game. But anyway, I do enjoy Druid overall. Some of the main complaints I have with it are just things regarding, like, it kind of makes sense, but when you're just obviously a bit too close to walls and you can't transform, that's one of the most frustrating things. I suppose you could argue that that's just a skill issue as well, to be fair, so maybe not. I think one of the annoying things about Druid, and it's not really an actual problem, design problem or anything, it's just like, it's kind of annoying when you find gear pieces that don't have the stats that are strength or agi, right? Like, maybe knowledge as well, but will feels almost unusable. Dexterity just feels so much worse than agility, because it doesn't scale your forms or anything. I mean, okay, you still get the action speed buff, but obviously, agility directly scales the damage of Panther. And I think ever since they did the bear form nerf, the 10% action speed loss and the, like, flattening of the damage curve, it's been much less viable in solos. In fact, I don't think Bear Druid is even viable at all, really, in solos. Like, I don't know what you really beat. You'd beat, like, maybe Cleric, but basically everything beats Cleric. And even, honestly, against a Cleric that's, like, no spell Cleric with, Smite and Divine Protection, you honestly might lose to that as well. But that's fine. I think it's fine to have Bear Form as just like a deterrent to try and not go into melee. And you have like Panther as your main form. That's what I've been running in solos a lot. I think honestly I'd prefer the health and magic healing to the one true physical damage. But I just need to remember how little damage Panther actually deals in base kit. Because, I mean, we hit that rogue there, what, like 4 or 5 times in Panther and he was still alive? Which is kind of crazy. Max health and magic power. Kettle Hat. Actually, probably will sell for a decent chunk, to be fair. Now, I was going to say that usually in these runs, you know, there's not really much point to actually fighting people, right? So, like, a lot of these runs are pretty PvE heavy, and it's likely this one is going to be as well. This is going to be us farming up, seeing what kind of gear we can get in a single run to then take into Highroller. Assuming we even get enough gold to be able to buy a kit that can go into Highroller. It would be nice if we could find the some of the items ourselves. However, we'll see. That's just dependent on how lucky we get. We have found a few upgrades already. Wow. We found loose trousers, and aside from that, we found some jewelry. Druid, of course, is a class that can kind of cheese the gear score system a bit, because you don't need weapons, right? I think maybe we actually will take those boots. Generally, I want agi to be high. I want my agility to be higher than my strength generally. I think Panther is a lot more playable in solos, or the hybrid kind of build between Panther and Druid. Sorry, Panther and Druid. Panther and Bear specifically is probably the best one. In my opinion, at least. And I'm not the most experienced Druid or anything, so I definitely could be wrong, but... I would compare it to what other people playing, but I just don't see any Druids in solos. This class... I don't know, it feels like it kind of just doesn't really exist anymore. I'm not sure exactly why that is. Like, I understand why Cleric doesn't really exist in solos, right? Because it sucks in solos. There's like one build which is kind of okay, which is like the, just full magic damage, magical power, like Judgment, Divine Strike build that kind of just nukes people with divine spells. That's not too bad, but I don't think Druid is that bad. But it definitely seems unpopular for whatever reason. Let's go ahead and sell that. Just dump everything in the express mode. Didn't get a huge amount of money from the first run, but that's fine. We've got plenty more time in Crypts and Ruins. We'll probably be able to make it up there. Okay, hey there guys, welcome to Crypts. We'll see what we can do in here. 2 Vigor. Those might sell for a little bit. Blue Spellbook, let's take a look. Magical Healing, Max Health bonus, not very good, but hey, a little bit of an upgrade. We can go ahead and take this Wraith, and then aside from that, I think, honestly, we'll probably... Oh. Wow, I can't believe... right, yeah. Let's kill this Wraith, and then I'd like to head to the center of the map, take out the Skelly Champion, take out the Wraith there as well. If you're unaware, you can fight Wraiths on stairs very easily. For whatever reason, their, like, dash attack doesn't actually really dash them forward at all. Very easy. I think this guy stole our kill, so I think we did lose our luck bonus on him, but it's not really that big of a deal, let's be real. Max health and action speed, that might maybe sell for a little bit. Not very good, but I guess we'll hold it for now whilst we have nothing better. Hopefully, the main upgrades we're going to be getting are from Hell, of course. That's where, you know, you find pretty solid gear. Wow, okay, those are good. Those are going to be worth pretty good money. I'm not sure if the Rogue Cowl's really worth much, but maybe I'll take it just to give it a try and see maybe if it is or not. I would like to find a few more upgrades for our gear, mainly, to be honest, because I would like to try and kill the boss if it's Ghost King. Is that a good Viking sword? I don't think people are really liking the Viking sword too much at the moment, so it's probably not going to be worth too much, but again, might as well just try it. Just go ahead and shot this. Make our way into the center, probably hit the pile a bunch. Make sure we don't get headshot by the crossbowmen, because they obliterate you, I'm sure you're aware. I had a feeling he was going to clip me there. It's because it's elite. If it wasn't elite, I don't think he hits me. It's really nice that the Druid does get access to the spear. Probably one of my favourite weapons, to be completely honest. Ah, God, these rings are just not what we're looking for. Both stats, which again don't scale either of our forms. Strength or Agi would be lovely. What is our Agi? 17. Right. Before we start fighting the champ, let's go ahead and probably take out, first of all, these things. The Flying Skulls. Or the Death Skulls. Be nice if we could take out some of the ranged mobs as well. Mainly the crossbowmen, because they're the deadliest. Very possible. There definitely was someone else in the lobby. As we were coming down. Whether they took blues or reds, I'm not sure. If there is someone else down here, we're likely to find them by, of course, being in the center room. Let's go take out this crossbowman, then we can probably cheese these things on the... Whichever way we entered from, there was the quite nice little area that we can jump up on top of. I actually forget where it is now. Over this way, okay. Actually, I haven't tried to fight these before on this area. Usually I just hit them and just poke and run away with, Actually, this doesn't look like a very safe spot since they changed the attack pattern of the Skelly Champion. Or it probably is if you have half a brain and just jump when he's hitting. But to be fair, half a brain might be a bit much to ask for at the moment. Right. But no, I am very glad that they did buff the loot. The loot has been a lot more fun, and especially it's made going to hell feel... I thought I heard a player. Now, I'm definitely not 100% sure if I heard a player or not, but I thought I heard a player up to the northwest. Suppose we'll see... Hang on. Wraith. Yeah, there we go. Blue Warhammer. Thing is with the Warhammer is... Oh, there we go. Those are decent. I guess we will take those for now. We do lose 1 agility. But we do gain some dexterity, quite a bit of action speed, which is quite nice. Buff duration bonus, I think actually scales like the length of your heals as well on Druid, so it's actually not that bad of a stat. Gonna have to try and listen out a little bit. Don't really want to get jumped by something. Additional armor rating, Northern Full Tunic. If that was another useful stat for Barbarian, I probably would consider taking that. I don't think any of those are going to be worth particularly much. Though it is kind of hard to say. Let's go ahead and loot these good chests. We'll probably loot the pile as well. I'll probably edit that out, because we're just going to be sat here looting this for a while. I'm probably going to try and plan to take an early red to see if anyone else is actually in the lobby. As long as no one else is taking another instant red. Bossing in hell is really annoying if there's someone else in the lobby, because usually they just come and try and interrupt you killing the boss. I say this like we're definitely going to be bossing. I can only solo Ghost King, so... Wait, let's actually have a look. No. Okay, well, we've got some pretty good treasures, so that is going to be a pretty good amount of gold for us. Oh, wow, okay. Well... Actually, these kind of suck, but either way, they are pretty good just because they're legendary, right? 6 strength is pretty nice. They will inflate our gear score a fair bit, so we might not actually be able to wear those in the low gear bracket. But maybe they'll sell for a decent bit as well. I don't know, there's a few options for what we could do with those. Slight upgrade on the forest hood. Oh wow, these leather leggings, those will probably sell for a bunch actually. Let's go ahead and take those, and a perfect ruby as well. That's a nice find, actually. 1 agility, magic damage bonus, and spellcasting speed on will legs is a very nice find. Okay, so... decent spawn, I think. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, Nightmare Axeman, that's pretty scary. Alright. Oh, God. Right, let's make sure we can see. Excuse the dogs in the background. Bit of an annoying spawn, actually, thinking about it. It's gonna take us a while to kill these things. Especially if I miss with my, spear. Okay, at least we are able to cheese the Axeman. Nightmare Axeman, scary business. Okay, perfect. So we should be able to loot some of the good tier, high tier chests up there to the north. Or, sorry. Yeah, well, kind of to the north, to the northwest. Hopefully we can get some upgrades. A cloak would be nice to find as well. Or maybe some better jewelry. I just want to find some pieces where we're able to save ourselves some money. That would be nice. We'll check these dashing boots. They're not amazing. Let's check the straw hat. Not amazing either. Grab the potion. Alright, let's check these nightmare mob. Okay. I mean, I guess we'll take that. Again, unfortunately, it does have 1 agi, but I would prefer to have at least 2. But it is just a huge amount of stats that we would be missing out on there. Candy corn, of course, always worth taking. Good money. Let's go ahead and kill the archer. Right, okay. I don't take Dreamwalk anymore either. I used to take Dreamwalk, but it's very good against rogues, right? But you don't really come across that many rogues at the moment, and it kind of sucks against a lot of other classes. I'm wondering if a blue survival bow with +2 weapon damage and 5 max health is worth anything. It very well might be. I should probably try and stop wasting so many of our meds. And probably just use more of our heals and pop a campfire, because we do have 2 campfires, so we don't have to worry about them too much. Want to be looting as many chests as we can in Hell. Oh, wow. If only that was like a different helmet, that would have been actually insane. It's triple magic damage roll. Like, look at that. 1 true magic damage bonus, and magic damage, or magic power as well. If that was, like a chaperone, or the, I think it's the Great Helm, the one with the, knowledge, the plate base. That really would have been crazy. Purple Occultist Hood, oh my god, it's another Thanos, hang on. How many, there's 3 Nightmare Axemen? What is this? God damn. Okay, let's be careful. Really want to... There is a Hell Shrine up there, so we can take some damage. Ideally, wouldn't really like to die, though, so that's honestly the main thing we need to avoid. Luckily, there is this little spot down here where you're able to, basically just safe spot everything. They can still hit you if you're not careful, but it's gonna be a pain looting all 3 of these Skeleton Axemen now that they're just all... Okay, again, that's a pretty good find. 5 move speed on Vigor Boots are pretty good. Basically, any class can use them. Those are okay. We'll take it for now. We can easily replace those, though, if we find anything better. Magic Pen and additional Memcap on a Knowledge Helmet. I think clerics and stuff generally prefer the other Knowledge base type. Now that it's been added, the I believe it's called the Great Helm. But it still might suffer a bit. I'm not really 100% sure. Oh. As soon as you get hit by once by a Wraith, you usually kind of get comboed and repeat get hit. You can actually basically just do this as well. If you're not greedy for your hits, just jump back and to the right. And you can just kite it out, and you don't even need to safe spot it or anything if you do that. But sometimes you get a bit lazy, right? I actually think a blue arming sword with 3 max health and some armor penetration will actually be worth a fair bit. Let's not use meds. Let's just be careful of this crossbowman, because he'll probably one-shot us if he headshots us. Because there is a Hell Shrine up there, so I don't think we really need to worry about that too much. Yeah, just throwing the torch to see if it was Nightmare, which it of course is. I suppose one pretty consistent way of making money, actually, is we could have actually just brought... you could bring a pickaxe in and just go to Hell and mine the Ruby Silver. Not very consistent. Well, no, I suppose that would be pretty damn consistent, because you'd basically be able to find it every single time. Ooh. That leather cap is probably worth a good chunk, if I were to guess. Some treasures. I don't know how much a drum's worth, particularly, with, like, not really any useful stats on it. It's probably something I should check. In fact, let's drop these blue pots that are base tier. Yeah, great helm there. If that helm had the rolls of this on, that would have been a crazy amount of gold, but unfortunately, it's just on a bad base type. This might be used by, like, a Demon Plate Cleric, possibly. 5 additional move speed, but it's on plate boots. It does have 1 vigor as well, though. I think I'm going to take the risk on that. In fact, let's drop this rogue cowl. Let's take that. Honestly, the top helm might be worth a bit as well, plus 2 agility. Might be a mistake not to take that. But the thing is, I didn't really want to get too many items that are like... we have to sell them on the market, because we'd have to be waiting too long to actually get our gold. Okay, wow, we've actually spent so much time in this room that we don't really have much time to do much else, to be completely honest. I suppose let's have a check in here. Unfortunately, it's golden chest. Heavy ornate chest is unlocked, at least. I don't think bard hats are basically ever worth anything, really. The bases just suck. Dexterity, true magical damage. We will take it. It's better than nothing. Bandage. I think what we probably do now, honestly, is maybe we can loot a tiny bit of the room to the east, I guess. And then, honestly, we're just going to go ahead and extract. I do think we have made a pretty good amount of money. if a few of these items were on different base types, we probably would have made a huge amount of money. But unfortunately, that's just how it goes usually, right? You just find the right rolls on the wrong bases. Knowledge and 2 vigor. Fine, let's just drop some of our meds, take those. They're probably going to pay for more than those meds. Open up a portal just in case, so we can come and leave if we need to. Go ahead, kill this dog, maybe loot one more chest, and then dip. Two will, 2 dexterity, light gauntlets. Oh my god. Okay, I'm dropping that treasure. This is annoying. I said I don't want to take too many items that are worth, you know, that are better on the market. But the thing is, the market is a much better way of making gold than treasures. It's just slower, right? Obviously, it takes more time. Unless you're, like, severely underselling stuff, so it sells really quickly. At which point, you're cutting into your profits quite a lot. I have just realized that we should just go ahead and take these full stacks rather than the half stacks that we had, but... Did also drop a purple potion of healing, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, there we go. That's a better pendant. Much better pendant. 2 dexterity, 1 true fizz, 2 fizz power. Immediately it was worth coming this little extra distance. Candy corn again. Let me grab those. Drop the bandages. And I see one more chest just down here below this nightmare skeleton, so we'll go ahead and grab that, and then we'll be out of here. Okay. Okay, that's a much better straw hat. Nice. Okay, we got pretty lucky with some of the items we found on the exit here. Oh my god, and those are good as well. Alright, let's just go ahead and drop our gloves for those as well. Pretty good run. Let's get out of here. Okay, right. Let's go ahead and try and get to sorting some of this then. I'm going to sell these like gauntlets hopefully fast. I think these are going to be worth more than this, but we're going to chuck them up for 90. 2 vigor rawhides, probably going to go for about 150. Hopefully they go quick. Leather cap with strength and physical damage bonus. Worth a lot less than I thought. Looking like maybe 130. Blue arming sword with 3 max health. There's actually none on the market with 3 max health and armor penetration. All of these have only been on the market for a little bit, so let's go ahead and chuck this up for 350. Hopefully, again, that should sell quick. Now, there are these rugged boots, which are pretty damn similar to ours, up for 370 gold. However, these have only been up for 5 minutes, so I think these are definitely underpriced. However, due to these being underpriced, as they're going to be selling for probably a pretty similar amount at this point, I could just, you know, buy them and resell them, which is probably the smart idea, but I don't want to just... Then we're going to have to wait even longer, and it kind of screws with the video a little bit, so we're just going to go ahead and chuck these up for 360. Yeah, this Barbuta helm is a very sad item. It's definitely not going to sell for anywhere close to that. Maybe we can sell it for... So maybe if we drop the magical damage bonus... Yeah, this is really not going to sell for much. Let's go ahead and try and sell this for maybe, like... Maybe we can get 250 out of it if we're lucky. This kettle hat was a mistake. I think we're just going to end up vendoring that. This monkey pendant should be worth pretty good money, though. Probably looking for around 220 gold for this. Right, so our boots are better than these low boots, but worse than... Well, kind of on par with this one. So let's go ahead and try and chuck those up for a relatively cheap price. Let's guess around 400. Yeah, this is the problem with plate boots, right? Like these, even though these are a good item that we got, plate boots are just such a bad base type that they're just not worth picking up, even when they're like really good. So I think we're just going to vendor those as well, unfortunately. And survival bows, yeah, I didn't think they were going to be worth. For some reason, bows are just very cheap no matter what. Like even if you get like a Bis epic, they're still not really worth that much. Plus 80 gold from the vendor, plus another 80 gold from the vendor. Right, I thought about it. I'm not actually going to be removing the price that it costs us to get our items back from the expressman, because that will be a bit annoying, to be completely honest. Plus 90 gold, plus 130 gold, plus 360 gold. Right, so I think these leather leggings actually aren't going to be worth as much as I thought. We're just trying to sell stuff pretty quickly, so I'll probably chuck these up for like 180 gold or so. I think this base type is actually a bit underappreciated, but, you know, that doesn't really affect the prices so much, so. And for this kettle hat we're probably looking at, again, at around another 180 gold. Then plus another 564 gold from the other treasures that we have. Now, a lot of these pieces just aren't really going to be that effective on our druid. For example, the mercurial cloak, the cloth pants, and these gloves as well. I think we'll get more value out of these from just selling them, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do. I don't think the cloak's going to be worth much at all, but the legs and the gloves might be worth a decent chunk, actually. And we're going to sell all this jewelry as well. And probably the spellbook as well, to be completely honest. One magical healing on a blue spellbook immediately makes it like 200 gold, so let's go ahead and throw that up for 180 again. I'll give these items about 10 minutes, and we'll come back and see what's sold then. Okay, guys, so a few of our items have sold in the past 10 minutes, so that's plus 80... So that's plus 80, plus another 80, plus 220, plus 180. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have about 2,000 gold or so for this kit. So that's actually a pretty decent amount. We do also have, of course, some pretty decent items here. I will quickly put these up on the market, but we're probably not going to be using any more of our gold that's going to be stuck up in the market. We're probably just going to go ahead and move forward with the 2k kit. I'll chuck these gloves up for maybe another 220. 2 agility cloth pants, looking like maybe 170 gold for those. Got this necklace apiece as well with 3 magical healing. Should be worth a decent bit, I think. 348 is the cheapest, but it's been up for over 24 hours. Let's go ahead and chuck ours up for 299. Dexterity with true magical damage, looking like maybe 80 gold. And let's just vendor these rings. Let's also vendor our padded tunic. And of course, we did also get these candy corns as well, so we could also sell those for even more profit if we wanted. We did also get this drum as well. Now, looking at our kit, I think the only thing we really are going to keep is the straw. 250 gold for this padded tunic blue with plus 2 agility. But we'll just see. We'll make a bit of a kit and see what our gear score is looking like. I'm also going to vendor this drum, actually. Loose trousers, 180 for this plus 2 strength, 4 agility loose trousers. There's these plus 1 strength, 3 additional movement speed lace turn shoes for 210 gold. Let's go ahead and grab those. 2 agility riveted gloves. Let's go ahead and grab those. Now, the most expensive part of Druid is basically always the jewelry. So let's go ahead and take a look at how much these are going to cost us. Now, for rings, we're probably just going to be going for the cheapest agility rings pretty much, because it's going to get too expensive if we actually try and get stats which we actually want. So 255 for that, and 277 for that. Now, we have 600 gold left for the rest of the kit, so let's go ahead and grab a cheap-ish cape and a neck, and then we'll move along. Let's go ahead and grab this one for 130 gold with max health bonus as well. Let's go ahead and grab this fox pendant for 444 gold. And that is pretty much our entire kit. We're sitting at 27 strength, 37 agility, 108 HP, 315 when we're not in panther form. So in panther, we will be pretty much max move speed. His power bonus 17%. So this is a pretty decent kit. I mean, obviously it hasn't cost us much gold at all. We still have a lot more gold that will come in over a little bit of time. We just need these things to sell. Let's choose a few more meds out of the Squire, and aside from that, let's go ahead and spend some of the remaining gold on our Alchemist, on some additional meds. It would be nice if we could get some blue pots and some purple pots as well, but we're not going to be able to. Let's go ahead and head into Highroller Ruins. I'll see you guys in-game. Okay, hey there guys, welcome. So one thing we need to remember is our spear is base. I think our kit is pretty decent, but we just need to remember that our weapon damage is going to be very low. So honestly, it's going to be pretty annoying clearing mobs. I'm especially worried about this thing, because this thing is deadly as hell if you're not careful. Yeah, that's the attack you've got to be careful for. Oh my god, can this thing die? Well, luckily there's a health shrine, right? So let's go ahead and grab that real quick before anyone else pulls up. Those are... the harpies are like the scariest mob in this game, I swear to god. Nothing else even slightly compares. Alright, so let's start clearing. Thing is with Panther, right, it's a very high risk, high reward kind of play style. It's like Rogue, right? Like you do, wow. theoretically, it's like a rogue, right? You're fast, you do super good damage, but you're very, very squishy, right? You can die to just... You can legitimately just get one shot, especially since the minus 15 health in every class. You're really not going to be standing there scrapping with basically anyone, right? Like, actually, let's go into Panther form and just check our 86 HP. So we have, like, the same HP as, like, a base kit wizard, basically. Just to put that into perspective. And, of course, the hitbox, your head is really fat and at the front of your body, so it's pretty damn easy to get headshot as well. Yeah, it's very easy to die. So... This is why I think pure Panther is a bit of a risky one to go with. I think optimally in solos at the moment... Oh my god, I thought we were dead. I hate how they do that attack so consistent. Well, I don't know. The first legitimately, like, 8 harpies I killed, literally not a single one of them ever did that attack. And now every time I fight them, they always do that attack. I have no idea why. Alright, anyway. But we did spawn in, like, a pretty... Usually it's a high traffic area, so let's go ahead and see, like, what's going on. Is there anyone in here? Looks like there isn't yet, really. Let's go ahead and stick to the northern part of this area. I don't really want to pull any of these mobs if I can avoid it. Let's go ahead and head to this royal coffin. See if there's anyone here. No, it looks like right now this area is pretty clear. Okay, wow. These things took so long to spawn, I actually thought this had been cleared. Highroller feels a lot spookier now as well, since the, they upped the... I'm not even 100% sure if they did, but I'm pretty sure that they've upped the amount of nightmare mobs, right? Like, nightmare mobs, they weren't super rare in Highroller before, but now it feels like, honestly, like, half the mobs are nightmare. Especially when you get down to, like, Crypts and Hell, it feels like almost every mob is nightmare. It's crazy. Very dangerous, especially on a class with, like, actually no ranged options, right? Luckily, Druid, obviously we can just usually find cheese spots which other classes can't, because we have access to the chicken form double jump and stuff. Let's go ahead and just get this guy to toast himself. Hopefully he dies before he... No, of course. Let's say, hopefully he dies before he gets to cast his invulnerability bubble. This guy wants to... Okay, I was gonna say, if we straight up fight this guy, we very well might die. If we go ahead and take our time and heal and kite him out, very possible chance that we will beat this guy. Thankfully, we did manage to beat him. I think we will equip his cloak instead. Pretty decent kit. I know this guy wanted to team or, like, be friendly. Sorry, not interested. I do feel a bit bad about it, but, you know. It's even bannable. Well, it's not bannable to not fight, but it's bannable to team, right? So, not interested. I'm sorry. Been betrayed too many times. Was confident that we'd have a good odds there. Got ourselves some more meds. Shame he didn't have any protection potions, magic or physical. This Kate... it's okay, but I don't think that's really going to be worth much either, so let's not worry about it too much. Let's go ahead and grab a diamond. We've got a pretty good amount of gold on us already. I would like to... I always forget the coin purse. Well, not the end of the world. I don't think that Talk of Souls is really going to be worth much either. I would like to loot these stone tombs. These actually do have pretty good gear in them, generally. Or at least they can have pretty good gear in them. Inventory's already full. Some of these pieces are definitely very good. I think these will be worth pretty solid amounts of money. I don't know why he had such low tier weapons. Is the only other issue I have, really. Or, not issue, but the only other question I have, really. Ah, that's a pretty good Warmaw, but it's too big. Unironically, it's just too big for us to fit anywhere useful. And it's not +2 weapon damage. So let's not worry about it. I don't think people really like the Warmaw too much anymore either. I feel like that kind of fell out of the meta as well. Definitely do see people using it, but nowhere near as much as you used to see people using it. Right, aside from this, we'll go back to the west and loot the Royal Coffin down below. I'm wondering if we're alone. Nah, I doubt we're alone. It would be very early to be alone, right? I don't think that's going to be worth too much, really, so we'll go ahead and leave that. He can go ahead and grab that back once it's from the Goblin Merchant. We could go ahead and take blue already. Maybe we should. Nah, we shouldn't. If we're playing for AP, which I don't really know what we're playing for at this point, to be honest, maybe just to showcase what you can do, how much gold you can earn in a single run. Like, we didn't even get any extraordinary drops, right? We didn't get anything really crazy. I should have price checked those legendary heavy boots we got as well, just out of curiosity. I'm sure most of you know this place, but one of these 4 statues in the corner around this area spawns with a second arm, which you can go ahead and go down here and loot a Royal Coffin down here. Some pretty good loot. There is also 4 mummies and a skeleton mage though, so maybe just be a little bit careful. 3 shots, 4. That's pretty annoying, actually. Should die to this next hit. Yeah, okay. Damn, these guys die fast, actually, if you let the mage cast on them a few times. Or walk them through the fire. Just need to make sure we're never hitting someone with our spear, because our spear is, like, significantly weaker than basically everything else we have, right? Blue bandage. Blue bandages are worth like 80 gold each or something as well. Knowledge and... Okay, let's just go ahead and drop 1 treasure for that. That's going to be worth it. Purple's Y-hander. I just got to assume that that's not worth too much. Again, it just takes up a lot of your inventory space. Purple scroll is pretty nice. We could just drop our own cloak. Like, it's really not worth that much. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop our own cloak. This will actually just be worth more, so let's not worry about it too much. Aside from that, we're going to loot this casket, and then we'll probably head up above and go ahead and take a red. Probably, bridge. Knowledge and will on an occultist hood base is probably worth a little bit. Though, what do we drop? I don't really want to drop too many meds. I'm gonna guess that those boots aren't worth a huge amount and take the occultist hood instead. We'll go ahead and loot some of the chests on our way. Well, to be honest, there's not really much point, right? Like, we're entirely full. We're already having to, like, replace items with upgrades. Let's just go ahead and make our way. Move speed check as well in Panther form. Yep, we are 330, so we are absolute max. We did lose a little bit of agility from swapping our cape, so we're now 35, agi 30 strength. I do think we are decently, we're in a pretty decent kit. That was, I see a player right there. I would like to fight this guy, but it's just going to be a bit awkward. There's no reason for us to fight whilst we have this much money. He's going to be taking a down portal anyway. Let's go ahead and fight him down in the lower area. Let's have a quick check of these rings, actually. Some of these rings might be upgrades. Action speed and agility rings, interesting. And magical damage reduction. Okay, well, we do still have a good few chunks of meds. Let's go ahead and sell the bandages. Let's not sell them. Yeah, let's sell the bandages. Okay, right, welcome to Crypts. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that that Warlock is playing for AP, so they're probably going to be in Crypts End somewhere. I think generally if there's only 2... I'm not sure if you can even... I don't know how the spawns in Crypts really work, to be completely honest, so... I don't even ask. I just kind of stood there and ate that. So this is kind of just like, this is like a cheap kit for Druid, right? Like, how do you make this kit better? I think, aside from just increasing the numbers, aka just getting more stats a little bit, a lot of it comes from actually adding health to your gear. I suppose it's the similar with most classes, right? Like, you can get a base kit pretty cheap, but as soon as you start adding actual, like, health and, like, really high stats, stacking them together, that's when the prices really start skyrocketing. Now, the thing is with Druid, right, is, like, because your base health in Panther, or because you take that penalty in Panther, you lose, what, 25? Yeah, 25% of your health when you go Panther. I don't like really building that much health because of the fact that you lose it, right? But also it kind of works in two ways, because if you can build enough health to tank an entire another hit, all of a sudden you're considerably tankier, right? Thing is that Warlock as well, I'm happy to fight a Warlock. However, in that position there, we weren't really going to be able to transform very easily. We also had mobs on us as well, and we'd also kind of whiffed the jump. So that's how we know it's like, it's not good for us to commit to this fight. What we should do is fight on better terms. I don't think 1 dexterity loose trousers will be worth too much. Could be wrong though. I think the interesting thing about these... Oh, wow, okay. I was gonna say, I think the interesting thing about the, Skeleton Swordsman is, I think in Panther form, as long as you don't look up, they actually, can't hit you. As long as you make sure you're, like, looking down at their kind of crotch or something. Anyway, let's go ahead and head to the center of the map. I do intend to go to Hell, see what kind of gear we can grab. Gonna be a little bit risky. But like I say, we have a long-range weapon. This is why I stick with the spear. I know some people do kind of like one of the one-handed weapons along with Crystal Ball, but I really like having the spear, basically just for PvE, right? Like, actual PvP. Okay, Ring of Quickness, 1 additional magic. That's actually going to be worth a little bit. True Fizz Riveted Gloves. Not bad. I just like having the range, mainly for PvE. Of course, sometimes in PvP, if someone stood on top of something as well, you can also whip out the spear and prod them that way. But in general, it's unironically kind of more for PvE purposes that I take the spear. Right. It would be nice to loot the, treasure pile in the center of the map. Where is the, God, alright. I was just looking for the spider pot. Don't usually come this way in Crypts too much, to be honest, so I actually don't really know the map that well at this bit. Probably should be careful going into Rat, but... Right, okay. Great. Just take our time, clear out these mobs. But hopefully that showed that, like, a lot of the playstyle of Druid, if you're, like, someone who was interested... Wait, hang on, what were those? Those actually might be worth a bit. If you're someone who wants to play Druid, a lot of it, especially if you're playing Panther Druid, which you probably should be if you're playing solo, a lot of it revolves around hit and run, right? Getting a hit in or two with your speed, and then going back and healing up if you need to. Although your damage is also very high in Panther form, especially if you have a decent kit, that you can actually, like, damage check... Oh, player. Hear that? Someone just killed a skeleton to the east. I think, unfortunately, we just pulled this mob, which is really annoying. I don't know what class it is. The Bard, I think. Okay, well, That guy just made a mistake. He shouldn't try running from me. I'm going to be running at movement speed cap as Panther. Unless I'm very low gear, I'm going to be running at move speed cap. Which this is Highroller. You can't assume I'm in low gear, right? I'm not gonna lie, I thought that guy was gonna put up a bit more of a fight. I saw the Liar, so I thought it was a Bard, but no, it was just this Warlock. Oh, wow, that might be worth a bit. 3 magical healing Mystic Vestments. A lot of this kit is just very weak. Is that the Warmaw that I said is, like, okay, but I didn't really want to pick it up? I think it might be. Right, let's go ahead. We'll go and clear the center room. Honestly, I forget the ceremonial stuff even exists. Got some lockpicks from that guy, though, which is a very nice find. Alright, let's go ahead and try not to screw this up. Nice, okay. Trash, trash, trash. Okay, treasures. These spawns here now, actually feel pretty good as well. These, like, static jewelry spawns and stuff, so I would say that they're worth checking. 2 magical power knowledge ring as well, again, pretty good. If only that was magical healing, that would be worth a hell of a lot. Strength pendant, not really worth much. Alright. We don't have too much time left, so let's go ahead and try and stop yapping. Is this already... Hey, look, there's a... It's cleared. Spooky like that. I think I heard someone's behind us. Yep. Look, okay. We're gonna get teamed on like that, so we need to leave. Okay, well I think those guys are teaming, so... This is gonna be really difficult all of a sudden. Supposed to be bannable, right? But are they really going to enforce that? I don't know. Guys are definitely teaming, though. I was surprised the way that... the guy was just stood there letting me hit him with, Dreamfires. Makes a lot more sense now. I guess we'll try and annoy their teaming. Yeah, I thought I saw him. Okay, well that crossbowman is kind of annoying. Oh my god, man. Little teaming rat and the crossbowman. Well, unfortunately sometimes, guys, you just get teamed on. Unlucky. I didn't mean to click death cam, I meant to click the other one. I did misplay that a fair bit as well, but unfortunately... I think if we had a 1v1 with either of these people... Because whilst, I could have just poked this guy down with... So it's Ryox and Ravioli. I just go ahead and teaming away. So, unfortunate. Somehow that's how it goes, guys. Or sometimes that's how it goes. Unfortunate. We'll still get quite a bit of our money back from the expressman. And we did also get a few more things that have sold. Unfortunately, a bunch of this still hasn't sold. But I suppose this is how it goes, guys. Ups and downs, right? But thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more like this, let me know in the comments below. I'd appreciate likes as well. Subscriptions would help me out as well. Thank you guys for watching. Not exactly how I intended for this to go, but hey, sometimes this is how these videos go, right? Thank you. Quickly playing Broken Shores, but just wanted to say we actually did make a huge amount of money from this. I say a huge amount. Pretty good profit seeing as we died. We also got a few other items back, so we did save some gold as well. Only these 4 pieces, but either way, not bad.